just a moment. Okay, on your screens, the Beer Hausen, or rather the Great Taste Coffee Makers, going back to the fray for second half action. And Baby Dalupan certainly had his work cut out for him after those first 24 minutes of action. What do you think he told his boys by way of patching up the rather bad job they pulled off in the first half, Norman?
Well, let's face it, Joe. Cordero and Relosa, they just made some unbelievable shots from the outside. They did a good job against Fernandez. As you see, Bernal go to the hoop. He's fouled. It's going to count. He has a chance for a three-point play. Getting back to Great Taste. They did a pretty good job on defense, especially against Fernandez. It's just that Relosa and Cordero did a good job of shooting from the outside.
So the protestations of Dr. Andrew J. Howe and Bonnie Carbonell that they have a much shallower bench than Great Taste might just be a red herring thrown on the trail of Great Taste to mislead them. They do have a lot of guys who can come over to the aid of Mon Fernandez. It's not really a one-man demolition crew. 50-49 is the count. The Hausen lead has been chopped down to only 3 points. And the Great Taste Coffee men tightening up on defense as usual. Turnaround by Mon Fernandez, too wide off the glass. Paul Herrera, who's seeing action for the first time tonight, lost the ball on the rebound. And here's Ricky Brown. The overhead pass to Manny Victorino. He's going to go strong to the hoop. Nope, he gets it over to Joey Carpio. Good decoy play. Bad shot by Joey Carpio. 52-49 is still the count. We're 50 seconds into the third period, and here's Michael Bao confronted by Frankie Lim. It's giving away about 2.5 inches to Frankie, as well as about 10 pounds, while Joel Bernal is giving away about 1.5 inches to Mon Fernandez, but he's been doing magnificently. Not that time, though. Mon Fernandez found it on his medium jumper. Back to a 5-point advantage for Beerhausen, 54-49. The ball is on the Great Taste side of the floor. Here is a pirouetting move by Ricky Brown. We're seeing a beautiful defensive ball game, eh, Norman?
That's exactly what it is, Joe. It is a defensive ball game. As indicated by the halftime score, neither team really scored that many points in the first half. Beerhausen's playing the better defense at this point as Ricardo Brown hits from the outside.
And that's what they really have to do to get those points. Hit it from the outside, and Ricky Brown complained very meekly to Dr. Ting Cruz about an alleged foul. 54-51. Well, the Coffee men are keeping that deficit to a very manageable level. But Ito Esguerra gets into the scoring act.
Well, Esguerra used a double screen that time to get the open shot.
5-point lead for Beerhausen. Here's Joel Bernal trying to run rings around Paul Herrera and succeeding famously. 56-53. It's nip and tuck all the way, and you can expect it to be that way down the wire. This is an entirely different ball game from that we saw 2 nights ago. Turnaround by Ito Esguerra. He lost his hot hand, and Manny Victorino holds down the rebound. Mon Fernandez is not getting his usual lion's share of the rebounds. Michael Bao throws it on an oblique angle, and the ball is snapped out of bounds in favor of Great Taste. No, I'm sorry, in favor of Beerhausen. Still a 3-point lead being protected by the Brewmasters, looking to equal the count in this 2-game-old series for the championship of the second conference. Dr. Ting Cruz and Mr. Bartolome simultaneously blew their whistles to call the foul on Carpio. That's his 4th personal.
Well, Great Taste has never tasted the lead in this ball game, Joe. It's been all Beerhausen from the very beginning as Esguerra hits again from the outside.
5-point lead for Beerhausen. You're absolutely right. Great Taste has never tasted the lead in this game at all. The best they were able to do was pull off a deadlock at 30-all. But after that, once again, the Beerhausen Brewmasters went back to their murderous ways. And there's a careless hook shot thrown up by Manny Victorino, resulting in a grimace on his own face. He's not very happy with himself. 58-53. And Mike Bilbao, not the most spectacular player in the world, but certainly one of the most effective. He has been able to husband the slow game of Beerhausen, resulting again in another 2 points from Mon Fernandez.
Well, Mon has been pretty quiet here tonight. That might work in the favor of Beerhausen if he starts to warm up. Ricardo Brown from the outside.
Ricky Brown needs no warming up. He was warmed up right from the moment he stepped onto the floor at the sound of the opening horn. 60-55. Like we said, that's a very manageable deficit for Great Taste. So Hausen cannot afford to lay back. They have to keep pummeling away. Ed Cordero versus Joey Carpio. Takes it from 17, and the ball goes overboard automatically for Great Taste. I believe we have another low-scoring affair in the making here tonight, eh, Norm?
Well, Joe, this is normally what happens when two teams play good defense. If you notice all the championship series, mostly it's defense that wins it. Frankie Lim hits from the outside. Great Taste is starting to hit their shots from long range.
That was also an unmolested situation that Frankie Lim found himself in, pointing to a big lapse in the defenses of Hausen that particular time.
Well, Mike Bilbao went over to try to double team on Ricardo Brown. He paid the price.
And the prize is 2 points off their lead, which now stands at 3. Mike Bilbao inside the paint. Good pass to Paul Herrera. Great shot by Paul. 62-57. Tonight, the Brewmasters are trading basket for basket, and they have the upper hand. Bilbao. And Mike Bilbao checks out for Moncruz. A well-deserved ovation for Mike Bilbao. Well, the presence of Moncruz sort of neutralizes the height advantage being enjoyed by Frankie Lim over Mike Bilbao. Lim, however, goes against Moncruz, misses the semi-hook. Ed Cordero controlling the rebound for Hausen. And here's Mon Fernandez. Changes pace. Beautiful pass to Moncruz, who split the ball just at the right time.
Yeah, super pass.
Now it's a 7-point advantage for Hausen. 64-57, time down to 6 minutes and 58 in the third period. A lot more exciting basketball ahead of us. This is PBA at its vintage best. Careless shot taken by Joel Banal inside heavy traffic results in loss of possession. Not really. Last touch by Hausen. It's going to be kept in Great Taste's backyard.
Well, Banal thought he was fouled on that play. No foul was called. Ricardo Brown's going to take one from the outside again. This time he's going to miss. Joel gets the rebound. He goes back up. He also misses. He
found himself in too deep. And up against a double team. Here's Frankie Lim intercepting and preventing what could have been a sure 2 points after Cordero sprinted downtown for that touchdown pass. And we have another conversion by Great Taste to narrow the gap further to only 5, 64-59. We're almost at the halfway house of the third period. It's been a fine ball game in the last units for Great Taste, and they find themselves not in the same kind of foul trouble they did at about this point of the second quarter, and things are going against Hausen at this point. That's a 3-second violation called against them. Ricky Brown is in no great hurry to get that Great Taste fast break going. They're going to work this out very deliberately. Overhead pass to Manny Victorino. He takes on Mon Fernandez one-on-one. He's going to go up against Mon, and Mon simply stood there, simply shying away from the foul.
Well, Mon only has 1 foul in the game. I think that pump fake by Victorino froze Mon at that time.
Tricky Manny. And it's 64-61. Hausen loses it again on a very costly turnover. And let's see if Great Taste can make hay. That was Ito Yesguera with a very obvious foul from behind.
Well, you can help by Coach Baby DeLupin.
All right, those are the big bananas of the PBA League. Commissioner Mariano Yueca on your left, and to his right, PBA President Honey Boy Palanca and Manny Victorino. This is the second charity. No, I'm sorry. 64-63 is the count. Just a 1-point lead now for Hausen. Well, Donnie Carbonell is hoping that 1 minute or 90-second timeout allowed his team to recover their nerves and regroup. They have to get their rack back together again. Otherwise, the Coffee Men are going to run roughshod over them.
Well, there's only 4 seconds left on his shot clock. Moncruz puts it up. He's going to miss. Good hustle by Ed Cordero.
Ed Cordero is no longer the shrinking violet that he was when he was with Toyota. He has blossomed into a great player, but that didn't help any as Frankie Lim came off with a great steal, and now the Coffee Men are in a position to have their first taste of the lead. There it goes. Joey Carpio comes up with a victory sign after sinking that go-ahead basket. It's 64-65. Great Taste favor, and the Great Taste fans are beside themselves with joy and jubilation. But that